Welcome back to Breckpoint Safety Talks. If you don't already know, my name is Rachel Dreyer, and today we will be discussing fall protection in the construction industry. Falls are among the most common reasons for workplace injuries and fatalities in California. Falls generally occur when employees are working at an elevated height and are not adequately protected. Some examples include employees working on elevated work surfaces, ladders, stairs, scaffolds, aerial devices, roofs, and catwalks. Falls in construction frequently involve slippery, cluttered, or unstable working surfaces, unprotected edges, floor or wall openings, unsafely positioned ladders, and misuse of fall protection. Let's review some helpful safety information that all employers should follow when it comes to protecting employees from falls. Fall protection trigger heights must always be observed. Work on most residential homes, unprotected platforms, scaffolds, or excavations requires fall protection at 7.5 feet. Roofers must implement fall protection at 20 feet. Working with rebar or similar projections require fall protection at 6 feet. In metal decking work, workers must be protected from falls of 15 feet or more. In steel erection work, iron workers must use personal fall protection where fall distances exceeds 30 feet while performing structural steel connecting work, and 15 feet while performing work other than connecting. Now that we understand the risk of working from heights and the fall protection trigger heights, let's review the different types of fall protection systems. There are two basic fall protection systems. Passive systems encompasses all protective measures that are in essence static, fixed, or unmoving. There is no human interaction with the system involved after installation, and there is no need of personal protective gearing. Some examples include guardrails, safety nets, floor covers, etc. While active systems, on the other hand, involve active participation of the worker, are movable, and require the use of special gearing. Let's review some passive systems. Guardrails have design specifications that must be followed to ensure it will protect the employee. They must be constructed of wood or equivalent material. The top rail must be at 42 inches to 45 inches and must have a mid-rail. Wooden posts must not be more than 8 feet apart, and the top rail must withstand a 200-pound load in a downward and outward direction. Wall openings that are greater than 30 inches high and 18 inches wide need to be protected with guardrails when the bottom of the opening is less than 36 inches above the working surface and the fall is more than 4 feet. Ladder openings need to be guarded with offset guardrails or a swinging gate must be provided. Safety nets are good for high entryways and cathedral ceiling areas of residential homes. They must be installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. Floor covers need to be provided for all floor openings, hatchways, floor holes, and skylight openings regardless of the fall heights. Parapet walls are a permanent wall that surrounds the roof's edge and extends above the roof surface. Many times it is assumed that if there is a wall surrounding the roof, fall protection is not needed. This is only true if the parapet wall is at a minimum of 24 inches high on all roof edges, up to a 5 12 slope to provide appropriate protection. For example, on one side of the roof, the wall may only be 18 inches high, while on the other side of the roof, the wall may be 36 inches high. Ensure that employees are provided with the proper fall protection when parapet walls are below 24 inches high. When talking about active fall protection systems, it is important to remember the ABCs of fall protection. A is anchorage, B is body protection or a harness, C is connector or a lanyard. There are 3 types of active fall protection systems. They include a personal fall arrest system, personal fall restraint system, and positioning devices. With a personal fall arrest system, it controls the distance of which the employee falls. The employee is wearing a fall protection harness and it is attached to a shock-absorbing lanyard with 2 locking snap hooks. The employee must be anchored and the anchorage point must support 5,000 pounds. All components of the personal fall arrest system must be inspected prior to each use. With a personal fall restraint system, It is set up to where the employee cannot reach a leading edge. The fall restraint system needs to be adjusted properly so there is no way the employee can get past and fall over the leading edge. A harness or body belt is required with this type of device, and the employee needs to be anchored. And the anchorage point must support 4 times the intended load. Lastly, a positioning device system has the employee wear a body belt or body harness system, allowing an employee to be supported on an elevated vertical surface, such as a wall, and work with both hands free while leaning. The device must be set and adjusted so there is no more than a 2-foot free fall, and the anchorage point needs to support 2 times the intended load or 3,000 pounds, whichever is greater. Thank you so much for watching this episode of BreckPoint Safety Talks. Always remember to follow proper procedures to keep you and everyone around you safe. Until next time, stay safe out there.